Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to take you on a journey, one that goes far beyond thoughts, beyond intellect. Today, I will teach you how to feel it. Now, we live in a world that places tremendous emphasis on what we know, what we can measure, and what we can prove with our logical minds. But let me ask you this. How much of your life can be understood with your mind alone? How much of your true potential, your true power, resides in your thoughts? If I told you that you are more than just your thoughts, would you believe me? You see, most of us have been taught to approach the world with the mind. But if we want to create real change, if we want to unlock the power within us, we need to learn how to feel it. Feel what, you ask? The energy, the vibration, the force that connects everything in this universe. The energy that you can tune into, the energy that you can command to heal, to create, to transform. I will teach you how to feel this energy. This energy, this power, isn't something abstract or far off. It lives within you right now at this moment. It's inside every cell of your body, every beat of your heart, every breath you take. But too often we don't know how to tap into it. We live in our heads, lost in the endless loop of thoughts, worries, and distractions. We become disconnected from the very source of power that is our birthright. So how do we change that? How do we shift from thinking about life to actually feeling life? First, I want you to close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and just for a second, stop thinking. Allow the thoughts to come and go without judgment, without engagement. Just breathe. Now feel your body. Can you feel the air entering your lungs? The warmth of your skin, the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel the life coursing through you. You are not just a collection of thoughts and ideas. You are an energy field vibrating at a frequency, and it's time to learn how to feel it. When you begin to connect with this energy, you become aware of the flow, how it moves through you, how it guides you. You no longer have to think about what you want, what you desire. You feel it, and when you feel it, you align with it, and that alignment creates change. The world around us, our relationships, our health, our circumstances, are all a reflection of how we feel, how we vibrate. The frequency of your emotions, the depth of your feelings, is what dictates the reality you experience. But here's the truth. You don't have to settle for the life you've created from your past experiences. You can begin right now to feel something new, something elevated. What if you could feel the joy, the peace, the love you desire even before it's manifested? What if you could tap into a sense of abundance even before it appears? This is where true transformation happens, when you feel it before you see it. You see, the key is to align your energy with the future you want to create. When you feel the emotions of that future, whether it's success, health, love, or freedom, your body begins to respond as if it's already happening. And when your body responds, your mind shifts, your actions change, and the reality around you begins to reshape itself. This is not some far-off dream. It's real, it's tangible, and it's available to you now. It begins with your willingness to feel. So I want to challenge you today. Start tuning in to your body. Start feeling the energy that is always available to you. When you feel it, you begin to master it. You begin to lead with your heart, not just your mind. This is the path to true empowerment. Not just knowing about something, but feeling it with every fiber of your being. Are you ready to feel it? The power to transform your life isn't out there. It's within you. You can choose today to step into that energy, to feel that power, and to create a reality that is aligned with the truth of who you really are. Thank you energy is the fundamental force that flows through everything in the universe. It is not something abstract or intangible. It is the very essence of existence. Every cell in your body is vibrating with energy. Every thought you have carries its own energetic frequency, and every interaction you experience creates an energetic exchange. This energy is what connects all living things, forming an invisible web that ties us together in a greater interconnected system. Our bodies, for example, are not just physical matter, they are energetic beings. The cells that make up our organs and tissues operate through a complex system of electrical impulses and chemical reactions, all of which are powered by energy. This energy governs everything from our heartbeat to our immune response to our emotional states. We often think of energy in a purely physical sense, but it is also emotional, mental, and spiritual. The energy we experience in our daily lives is not limited to our physical bodies. It extends into our environment, influencing the way we feel, think, and interact with others. When you begin to tune into this energy, you start to notice patterns. Certain thoughts, emotions, and environments will elevate your energy, while others can deplete it. When you are aligned with positive, high-frequency energy, your body and mind operate at their fullest potential. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by negativity or constantly dwelling on limiting thoughts, your energy diminishes. This is why it's so important to cultivate a conscious awareness of the energy you are emitting and receiving as it directly affects your well-being. This is not just a metaphysical concept, it's rooted in science. Quantum physics has shown that at the most basic level, all matter is energy. And this energy is in a constant state of motion. It can be harnessed, focused, and channeled. When you consciously direct your energy toward a specific intention or goal, you begin to influence your surroundings, your emotions, and even your reality itself. Vibration is the frequency at which energy moves and resonates. Every object, thought, and emotion in existence has its own unique vibrational frequency, and these frequencies can be either high or low. When you consider yourself as an energy field, your vibrational frequency plays a crucial role in determining how you interact with the world. High-frequency vibrations, often associated with feelings of love, joy, gratitude, and peace, align you with a state of harmony and abundance. On the other hand, low-frequency vibrations, typically linked to emotions like fear, anger, sadness, and frustration, can create dissonance and block your path to growth and transformation. Your thoughts and emotions directly influence your vibrational state. For example, when you focus on positive thoughts and feel gratitude for what you have, you raise your vibrational frequency. Conversely, when you focus on negative experiences or future anxieties, your energy lowers. It's important to realize that you have the power to shift your vibration at any moment. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances or external conditions. Your internal state determines your frequency, and in turn, the experiences you attract into your life. The universe itself operates on vibrational principles. Everything is constantly in motion, and nothing is truly static. When you align yourself with high vibrational states, you begin to resonate with the frequencies of abundance, success, and joy. This alignment allows you to manifest the reality you desire, not by force or effort, but through resonance and attraction. Just as a tuning fork can vibrate and influence other objects with similar frequencies, your vibrational energy can attract circumstances and people that match your current state. This is why it's essential to be mindful of the energy you're putting out into the world. If you want to create a life filled with love, success, and well-being, you must first align your inner vibration to those frequencies. Empowerment is the recognition and activation of your inner strength. It is the realization that you have the ability to shape your life, to direct your energy, and to create the reality you desire. True empowerment comes from within. It is not about external sources of validation or approval. It is about tapping into your own inherent potential. Each one of us is born with the ability to influence our circumstances, to change our beliefs, and to transform the way we experience life. However, most of us have been conditioned to look outside of ourselves for power. We are taught to seek answers in external sources, whether that be through other people, societal expectations, or material possessions. But the real power lies within you, in the way you think, feel, and respond to the world around you. Empowerment begins with the understanding that you are the creator of your own experience. It requires you to take full responsibility for your life, to no longer blame others or circumstances for what you are experiencing. Once you embrace this responsibility, you free yourself from the limitations that you have placed on yourself. This shift in perception opens up limitless possibilities. When you acknowledge that you are empowered, you begin to take conscious actions toward your goals and desires. You no longer wait for things to happen to you, you make them happen. The journey to empowerment also involves releasing self-doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs that have held you back for so long. These beliefs, often formed from past experiences, can cloud your sense of self-worth and hinder your growth. To truly step into your power, you must recognize and challenge these beliefs, replacing them with empowering thoughts and actions. As you do this, you begin to tap into a new level of confidence, resilience, and clarity. You realize that your potential is limitless, and you begin to act with conviction, knowing that the energy you put out will return to you in equal measure. Transformation is the process of evolving from one state of being to another. often involving a profound shift in how we perceive and interact with the world. It's a natural and inevitable part of life, yet it is also one that many resist due to fear of the unknown or discomfort with change. True transformation, however, begins with the willingness to let go of old patterns, limiting beliefs, and past versions of ourselves that no longer serve us. The key to transformation lies in our ability to release the familiar and embrace the unfamiliar, to step into the unknown with trust and openness. At the core of transformation is the understanding that change is not just external. It is an internal process that reshapes our thoughts, emotions, and even our energy. When we begin to change the way we think and feel, the way we interact with the world also changes. Our behaviors shift, our actions become aligned with our new beliefs, and we begin to see the world from a different perspective. The old version of ourselves that once felt stuck, limited, or powerless starts to fade away, and we begin to step into the next level of our potential. Transformation often involves discomfort, as it pushes us beyond our comfort zones and forces us to confront parts of ourselves we may have avoided or suppressed. But this discomfort is part of the process, an indication that growth is occurring. As we face our fears, doubts, and insecurities, we develop the strength and resilience needed to continue moving forward. This process requires patience and persistence, as true change doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual unfolding, a step-by-step journey toward a more authentic, empowered version of ourselves. Once we have gone through this process of internal transformation, the external world begins to reflect our new state of being. The people we attract, the opportunities that arise, and the way we experience life begin to align with the new energy we are emitting. We realize that transformation is not just about changing circumstances, it is about changing who we are at the deepest level. Assoulment is the state of being in harmony with your true self, where your thoughts, emotions, actions, and energy are all in sync with your highest potential. It is the process of connecting with your inner truth, the part of you that knows your purpose, desires, and the direction in which you are meant to move. When you are aligned, you feel a sense of flow, a deep sense of peace, and a clear connection to your intuition. There's no longer a struggle between what you know you should do and what you actually do. Everything becomes effortless, and life seems to unfold in a way that feels natural and fulfilling. Achieving alignment requires self-awareness and a commitment to living in accordance with your core values and beliefs. It's not about pleasing others or conforming to external expectations. It's about tuning in to what resonates with your soul and making decisions based on that truth. When you are aligned, you are no longer swayed by outside influences, but rather you act from a place of internal clarity and certainty. Your decisions come from a place of trust in yourself and in the process of life. Alignment also involves the recognition that your thoughts and feelings are powerful. When your inner world is in alignment, your outer world begins to reflect that. This alignment creates a sense of ease and fulfillment in every area of life, whether it's your relationships, career, health, or personal growth. You stop fighting against the current and start moving with it, knowing that each step you take is leading you closer to your highest good. In many ways, alignment is about letting go of resistance. When you let go of the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that hold you back, you create space for the energy of your true self to shine through. This allows you to attract the right opportunities, people, and experiences that resonate with who you are at your core. When you are aligned, you are not forcing outcomes. Instead, you are allowing the universe to work in harmony with you. Frequency is the vibrational rate at which energy moves and interacts with the world. Everything in existence operates at its own unique frequency, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. This concept applies to our personal lives as well. We are not static beings. We are constantly emitting a frequency based on our thoughts, emotions, and energy. This frequency determines not only how we feel, but also how we perceive and interact with the world around us. When our frequency is high, we tend to experience positive, life-affirming situations. When it is low, we may find ourselves stuck in negativity or drawn to situations that drain our energy. Our thoughts and emotions play a crucial role in setting our frequency. For example, when you think positive thoughts or feel gratitude, your frequency rises. You begin to resonate with higher vibrations, such as joy, love, and peace. These high-frequency states align you with the positive aspects of life, bringing more of the things you desire into your experience. Conversely, negative thoughts and emotions, such as fear, anger, or sadness, lower your frequency, causing you to attract more of what you don't want. These lower frequencies are often rooted in past experiences, limiting beliefs, or unresolved emotions, and they can create a barrier to the positive change you wish to manifest. Being aware of your frequency allows you to consciously choose how you respond to the world around you. If you feel that your frequency is low, you have the ability to shift it by changing your thoughts, reframing your perspective, or engaging in practices that raise your vibration, such as meditation, deep breathing, or engaging in activities that bring you joy. When you elevate your frequency, you create a ripple effect that influences not only your own life, but also the people and situations you encounter. Your frequency interacts with the frequencies of others, and this interaction can either uplift or lower the collective energy. Emotion is the energy in motion, the force that flows through us and acts as a powerful guide to our experiences. It is one of the most potent forms of energy that we can access and harness, yet many of us have been conditioned to suppress or ignore our emotions, believing that they are distractions or weaknesses. The truth is, emotions are not only vital to our well-being, but they are the key to understanding our internal state and the vibrational frequency we are emitting. Emotions are like signals, telling us whether we are aligned with our true self or whether we are disconnected from our source. Every emotion carries a specific vibrational frequency. Positive emotions such as love, gratitude, and joy are high-frequency states that align us with the positive forces of the universe, helping us attract experiences and people that support our growth and happiness. On the other hand, negative emotions such as fear, anger, or sadness are lower frequency states, often linked to past experiences, limiting beliefs, or unresolved traumas. While these emotions may feel uncomfortable, they are not inherently bad. They are simply indicators that something within us is out of alignment, and they offer us an opportunity to heal, release, and shift our energy. By becoming aware of our emotions, we can learn to respond rather than react. Instead of suppressing feelings of anger or fear, we can choose to understand them, ask ourselves why they are present, and allow them to move through us. This is how we release emotional blockages and shift to a higher state of being. The more we can process and transcend our lower emotional states, the more we align ourselves with higher frequencies, creating a sense of balance and inner peace. When we actively choose to focus on positive emotions, we increase our vibrational frequency and open ourselves to greater possibilities. This emotional mastery is the key to living a life that is in harmony with our desires and our purpose. It is not about avoiding negative emotions, but learning how to navigate them with awareness and grace. Consciousness is the awareness of both the internal and external worlds. It is the lens through which we perceive our reality, shaping not only how we experience life, but also how we interact with it. Your consciousness is the filter that processes every thought, emotion, and sensation, and it influences every action you take. The way you see the world, the way you interpret events, and the meaning you attach to your experiences are all shaped by your level of consciousness. As we expand our consciousness, we expand our ability to see beyond the surface of things and into the deeper truth of life. At its core, consciousness is not just about being aware of what is happening around you, but being aware of what is happening within you. It is the ability to observe your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors without being overwhelmed by them. This awareness allows you to recognize the patterns, beliefs, and mental models that shape your reality and gives you the power to change them. When we begin to elevate our consciousness, we step into a higher state of awareness where we are no longer limited by past conditioning or automatic reactions. Instead, we become more intentional, more mindful, and more aligned with our true self. The expansion of consciousness is a journey, not a destination. It involves a continuous process of self-discovery, growth, and awakening. As we raise our consciousness, we begin to perceive the world in new ways. We start to see opportunities instead of obstacles, potential instead of limitation. We develop a greater understanding of the interconnectedness of all things and recognize that our thoughts and actions ripple out to affect the world around us. With an expanded consciousness, we move beyond the constraints of ego and begin to tap into a deeper wisdom, one that is guided by love, compassion, and clarity. This elevated state of consciousness allows us to live more fully, more authentically, and more in tune with the energy of the universe. It is through the expansion of consciousness that we can truly experience transformation and step into a life of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. Connection is the fundamental thread that ties us all together, transcending physical boundaries and uniting us on a deeper, energetic level. At its essence, connection is the recognition that we are not isolated beings, but rather part of a vast and interconnected web of life. Everything in the universe, from the smallest particle to the largest star, is connected by energy, and this energy flows through all of us. It is this connection that allows us to feel empathy for others, to experience love, and to understand that we are not separate from the world, but deeply woven into it. When we acknowledge our connection to others, to the earth, and to the universe, we shift our perception. We begin to see that our actions have far-reaching consequences, not only for ourselves, but for the collective. The energy we put out into the world is felt by others, and likewise, the energy we receive shapes our own experience. Connection is not just an abstract concept, it is a living, breathing reality that influences every aspect of our lives. When we are disconnected, we may feel lost, isolated, or uncertain. But when we feel deeply connected, we experience a sense of belonging, purpose, and flow. This connection is not limited to human relationships. It extends to our connection with nature, with our bodies, and with the unseen forces that govern the universe. When we reconnect with ourselves, when we listen to our bodies, honor our feelings, and trust our intuition, we strengthen our ability to connect with everything around us. We recognize that the energy we radiate can heal, inspire, and uplift, just as the energy we absorb can nourish our own transformation. True connection allows us to transcend the limitations of the ego, opening the door to greater understanding, compassion, and cooperation. It reminds us that we are not alone in our journey, that we are part of something far greater, and that by nurturing these connections, we create a life of deeper meaning and fulfillment. Manifestation is the process of bringing your desires, dreams, and intentions into physical reality by aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the energy of what you wish to create. It is not about wishing for something and waiting for it to appear. It is about becoming a vibrational match to the experiences, people, and opportunities you want to attract. Manifestation begins with clarity, being crystal clear about what you want, why you want it, and how it aligns with your true self. The clearer you are about your intentions, the easier it becomes to align your energy with your desires. However, manifestation is not simply about focusing on material outcomes. It is about understanding the energetic frequencies that govern the universe and using them to guide your creation process. When you tune into the energy of your desires, you begin to vibrate at the same frequency, and this alignment allows the universe to respond. The more you focus on what you want and feel the emotions associated with having it, the more you elevate your energy, making it easier for those desires to manifest into your life. An essential part of manifestation is belief. Without a deep belief that what you want is possible and deserving of you, the energy you put out can be inconsistent, wavering between desire and doubt. It's important to cultivate trust in the process and in your own ability to create the life you desire. This belief forms the foundation upon which manifestation occurs. When you release any fears or limiting beliefs that contradict your desires, you create space for the manifestation process to unfold. Manifestation also requires action. While it's important to feel and believe in your desires, you must also take inspired, aligned action toward your goals. This means following the intuitive nudges, taking steps toward your dreams, and remaining open to the opportunities that arise. When you combine clarity, belief, alignment, and action, you become a powerful magnet for the life you desire, bringing your vision into reality.